This isn't your usual toast and coffee breakfast. No, this is a format that's been refined over centuries here in Japan. It's called Ichiju-Sansai. One soup, three sides, a balanced framework that's fueled generations with steady energy and calm focus. It looks simple, but once you see how intentionally it's designed, you'll never look at breakfast the same way again. Today, I'll show you how to make it, why it works, and how you can adapt it to your own mornings. I'm Dan Martin, chef, nutritionist, and half Japanese. Since moving back here, I've built a business, a family, and honestly feel sharper and more balanced than ever before. And I think a big part of that comes from starting most days with this exact blueprint. Hajimemashou. Before we cook, here's why this meal works so well. Your brain is an energy hog. About 1/5 of everything you eat fuels it. Think of it like this. 1 in every 5 bites goes straight to your brain. Now, when breakfast is just something refined, like white bread, sugary cereal, pastries, your blood sugar spikes quickly, then falls quickly too. Your brain feels those swings and concentration drifts. This Japanese style fixes that. Carbs paired with protein, fibre, healthy fats, and fermentation. The rise is steadier, and the energy and mental clarity last longer. Protein also supplies amino acids, the raw materials for neurotransmitters. Then you add fatty fish, and you also get omega-3s, DHA for brain signaling, and EPA for reducing inflammation. And because it's built on variety, grains, vegetables, pickles, fish, it naturally covers more nutrients than a breakfast based on 1 or 2 foods. It's less about one superfood and more about the balance between them. That's the power of design in food. Quick note, before we begin, this isn't a step-by-step recipe video. I want you to focus on what each component does and how they work together. The full steps are in the description, and if you want a full step-by-step video, tell me in the comments. All right, let's build it. Starting with the rice, since it takes the longest. I'm using zakkokumai, a Japanese mixed grain rice. A mix of grains and colours, each adding its own fibre, minerals and phytonutrients. More plant diversity means broader nutrient coverage and a steadier start. You'll often see meals like this served with plain rice, but this version's got more bang for your buck. Next, the protein. Today I'm grilling mackerel, simple, affordable, and one of the richest natural sources of omega-3s. Rich, oily, and full of flavour. In some countries it's labelled as a trash fish, but it's one of the most underrated sustainable fish out there. I salt it lightly and grill skin side down for a few minutes, then flip to crisp up the skin. Serve with grated daikon, but it's not just garnish. Raw daikon contains enzymes that help with digestion. For the miso soup, I start with a cold-brew dashi made from kombu and dried shiitake. Gentle, balanced, and full of umami. Cold brewing keeps the flavour clean and the iodine levels lower, which helps if, like me, you drink this almost every day. Then I bring it up to a gentle simmer, add the mushrooms, they're beautiful this time of year, and let them cook just long enough to release that deep, earthy aroma. Now, off the heat, I whisk in miso so I don't destroy the probiotics, and add silken tofu. Now, for the veggie side, I'm using mizuna and a little miyoga, Japanese ginger, with a quick sesame dressing that's made from toasted sesame seeds, soy, a touch of syrup, and lemon. Mizuna's part of the brassica family, the same group as kale and mustard greens, rich in compounds that support circulation and brain health. It's nutty, peppery, and aromatic, perfect for this meal. And to finish, a few slices of cucumber nukazuke, pickled and fermented rice bran. Fermentation was one of Japan's main ways to preserve food before refrigeration, and nukazuke used the rice bran left from polishing grains. Crisp, tangy, and full of beneficial bacteria. Quick note, if you're enjoying this, I send a short weekly email with recipes and nutrition insights I don't always share on YouTube. The link's below if you'd like to join. Okay, back to it. Here's the framework this breakfast is built on. Balance designed for calm, lasting focus. First, a steady source of carbohydrates. Here, it's rice. Carbs supply glucose, your brain's preferred fuel. When they're paired with fibre and protein, the energy releases gradually. Next, fermented or fibrous foods. Miso, pickles, natto, they nourish your gut microbes, which in turn aid digestion, immunity, and even brain function through the gut-brain axis. Then, quality protein. In this plate, the fish. Protein provides the building blocks for your muscles, enzymes, and hormones, and it helps you stay satisfied and mentally sharp through the morning. But it doesn't have to be fish. Eggs, tofu, tempeh, they're all quality protein sources too, and your fats might come from olive oil, avocado, nuts, or seeds. Then come the healthy fats, in this case from the fish and the sesame seeds in the dressing. They support nutrient absorption and help maintain even energy levels. And finally, add colourful plants, vegetables, seaweeds, herbs, each bringing its own antioxidants and minerals that support circulation and overall vitality. That's the idea: balanced carbs, quality protein, good fats, colour and fermentation, harmony you can recreate anywhere. You see, once you understand the design, you can adapt it to any kitchen and really to any meal of the day. This format isn't just a breakfast design, it's a framework used across Japanese meals, each one balanced with the same sense of harmony. Now a Western version might look like this: whole grain toast for the carb, eggs for the protein, a drizzle of olive oil for the healthy fats, greens for colour and micronutrients, and a spoonful of kimchi for the fermented food. Same principles, different form. Now, not everyone has time for a full spread, but the blueprint works anywhere. Since moving back to Japan, I've made this my default. Most mornings I don't cook the full spread, just rice, miso, a protein, maybe some natto or some form of egg. Simple, quick and steady. Because the point isn't perfection, it's balance, practiced a little every morning. If you want to see how this framework looks in a 5-minute Western version, watch my brain boosting breakfast bowl. I'll link it here. Or if you'd rather work on the habit side, check out my focus video. It's in the description. However you start with intention. I'll see you there.